Hello, everybody. Matt Griffin alongside Rodney Lawrence for day one of the Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships, both 3A and 4A. We're just here to set the scene. The running events begin in 15 minutes. Just to get a couple technical things out of the way, it is next to impossible for us to cover all of the field events because the high jump and the long jump and the triple jump take place over here behind our stadium. The discus takes place over there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
shot put over,
yeah.
Or maybe discus is here. Shot put way over there.
And the javelin is.
And the javelin is here.
Yeah.
Pole vault. It's just we do not have enough people or enough equipment to cover all of the field events, and that's unfortunate, but we still want to give a shout out to all of our 3A and 4A field event winners. So what we're going to do, as we have the last couple of years, we'll invite those kids up to interview here in the winner circle. Wanted to also this year talk about our bona fides. Rodney, I am a former distance runner, high school and college, and then I coached my college cross country team for 2 years after I graduated, and my daughter just ran her last collegiate race for Oregon State University, hence the Oregon State Beavers, and my son, who had his dream of becoming a Division I track and field coach, is the assistant coach at Oregon State University and looking to do better things. And so tell us about you. You're back coaching again.
Yes, I am. And I just started back coaching again this year out at Oregon. Not here in Washington, but out in Oregon at Canby High School. I'm the throws coach, javelin, discus, and shot put. So I kind of work all three of those implements. Myself was not a thrower back then when I was in high school and college, but I was a sprinter. I did run in California State track meet back in 1982, so dating myself just a little bit. Coached track a couple of years here at Evergreen, coached a lot of club track here in Clark County for a lot of years as well. So I enjoy coaching track. I enjoy being on the track, and I enjoy watching these kids try to do their best.
It's the culture I grew up around.
Yeah.
That was my thing. And when my kids, I loved watching them play soccer, but when they made that jump from playing soccer
to track,
that's
something big.
Made a dad proud.
Yeah.
And they both excelled. So so I'm going to lend what expertise I have to the distance and middle distance races, and I'm glad to have Rodney back again, and we'll walk you through the sprint races.
Yep, I'll speak intelligent as I can about the sprints and the jav and the field events. This is actually my fourth year collectively being a coach of those field events. So I know a little bit about it, and I understand the technique and know what looks good and what doesn't. So I'll be able to speak about that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we are still 13, 14 minutes away from our first running event of the day, the 4x200 meter relays that always kick off the track meets here in Washington State. They don't run that in Oregon,
no, they don't.
Where I live, just across the river. But we will have our first folks come up into the winner's circle in just a couple of minutes. So for now, we're just going to give you a wide view of the track and get ready for a great day of track and field coverage. All right, everybody, I said we would bring you the winner's circle as soon as we had our first winner, and Chase has been hanging around, patiently waiting for a couple of minutes for us to get things going. This is Chase McGee, who from Camas High School, who just won the 4A javelin and the 4A pole vault. Tell me about your javelin.
Javelin was pretty cool. I think I was coming in all until finals, leading until finals at like 149, and then a Union kid came in front of me and he threw 161, I believe, Cameron. And then I just had a lot of energy on my last one and threw 164 my last throw, and so that was awesome.
How does that stack up against your best throw?
A 15-foot PR, so pretty good.
15 feet.
Yeah, or maybe 14 it was.
Now, and I noticed earlier, you had the wind at your back. Did that help a little?
For javelin?
Yeah.
I think when we were throwing, it might have been a little bit of headwind, but
okay.
It wasn't too much of a.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mackenzie Stadium, you've
Yep,
competed here before. It can swirl around and the wind can change
for sure.
just at a moment's notice. So let's talk about your pole vault. You did really well last year. And I did not know this, but you have the state record in the pole vault,
Yep.
17 feet 5 inches. That's almost as tall as a standard telephone pole. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know how tall those things are. It seems like it. Tell me about that jump, and what
That-
competition was that?
That jump was actually at a dual meet. It was senior night at our home field, our home stadium. So I had all my friends and family there, and it just came together perfect. And I jumped what I believed I could jump. I had it written on my walls everywhere since sophomore year, 17.5, and I finally did it. So yeah.
Today, 15.6. Tell me why you fell a little short.
Well, I didn't want to take too much of a risk since I have some bigger meets coming up, and I also had this kind of thing going on. So the outside ring of the track has this metal grate on the inside of it, and that's right where my foot is on my steps. So had to bring out this metal thing, and I haven't practiced on it. So it was a little bit different, but yeah, just not the best day. But 15.6 moves me on, so I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah, but pole vault, javelin, long jump, triple jump, counting your steps, getting the right number of steps,
Yep.
and getting a good approach. Really, really important. You are a senior, and I take it from your shirt here. Let's show everybody
gone.
that you're headed to Montana State.
Yep.
Tell me how you chose Montana State.
Well, I love the outdoors, and I think no better place than Montana State to go if you want to be in the outdoors. And yeah, I'm excited, super excited.
You told me you're going to study wildlife management.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And are you going to continue with track and field?
I am going to continue with track and field, so yeah, I'll be on the track team this next fall.
Okay. Well, you're going to compete in a lot of beautiful places because I know that conference
Yeah.
competes in some beautiful places. So congratulations. Welcome back
Thank you.
again to the winner's circle. Any events tomorrow?
4x4, so
Okay.
yeah, that'd be exciting.
The last events of the day. So good luck to you tomorrow. Chase McGee, Camas High School, winner of the 4A javelin and pole vault.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, we are about ready to start. Always goes quicker than I think it's going to. So let's give you the lane assignments here for the 3A girls 4x200 meter relay. In lane 1, we have Heritage. In lane 2, we have Kelso. In lane 3, Mountain View. In lane 4, Prairie, and Rodney's already flipped over to who's got the fastest seed time there, Rodney? Do you see it?
Yeah, it sure does. It looks like right now Kelso with a 1:53.93.
And I
So
didn't.
they're in lane 2. So yeah, it looks like it ought to be a pretty close race. It could be anybody's race actually. If we look at the seed times,
Yeah.
just about anybody can win this one.
Kelso 153.93, Heritage next at 147.07, Mountain View and Prairie both with 155 and change. This is a race that I mentioned earlier. They don't do in a lot of states.
Right.
And often when they do it, it is a girls' race for whatever reason. But what's the trick here, Rodney?
I mean, the handoff not quite as critical as is in the 4x1, but in a race where the times are this close, it is going to be about the handoff, really and truly.
So how far? I mean, are we in lanes the entire race? We can't be. No.
No, they'll get to change. They'll switch over after the first one.
After the first one, they can cut to the inside. Okay, so the first exchange will be across the field, kitty corner, if you will.
Where the natural 200 starts for the race.
Yes. So basically 2 times around the track.
That is correct. And this is the 3A division, correct?
Correct.
Gotcha.
And I did want to mention, with changing enrollment and things like that, and teams, schools moving to different divisions, jumping back and forth between 2A, 3A, 4A.
Right.
This year, let's see if I can rattle them off from memory. Heritage, Kelso, Prairie, Mountain View, Evergreen, and new this year, Shelton High School. I'm afraid I might be leaving one team out. But
Yeah, we saw Shelton during football season.
yeah, Shelton came down for 1 or 2 games, and just how it shaked out. So, credit to Shelton High School, which is north of Olympia.
Yeah, they're up there a little bit.
And so make a slight left to the northwest at Olympia and drive a little bit further. So they've got a track coming down here, and so special shout out to the athletes and the parents and the officials who are coming down from Shelton, because they've got an extra burden that some of the Clark County teams just don't have.
Yeah, they sure do.
One thing we don't have is a way to show you. Oh, let's get to the start. We don't have a way to show you the times as they happen. We're still trying to tackle the technical challenges of getting a feed from our timers tent.
Yeah.
There is a way to do it, but we've been trying to crack that code for a while. So we'll do our best to call the winners and take a look at the times on our phones as quickly as we can get them. Good start.
Looks like Prairie's pulling away already, making up a stagger. This is going to make this real interesting here on the backside.
Heritage also jumping into that. Prairie first of the handoff. Heritage second. Mountain View third.
Heritage now. Here comes Heritage around the corner.
There's some wheels.
Speed right there.
It's going to be Heritage first. All
right, Heritage starts off in first place here. Looks like Prairie's having a problem with their handoff. They did get it off before the ran out of real estate there on the exchange. So see what happens here on the last leg. Heritage with a clear lead out there, way out front.
And as Rodney said, you know, the handoffs aren't as critical in something like the 4x1, but you still have to make the exchange in your zone.
Yeah, you sure do. All right, here comes Heritage around the corner.
And that's Mountain View, who with the second seed, who just took in, or with the third seed, now into second place. This will be a little bit of an upset if she can beat Kelso.
Kelso's moving up on her, though. Let's see if she gets
going to be close.
Enough.
Going to be close.
Oh, that's going to be a photo finish right there.
I don't know that I've seen a closer race.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
In some time. Yeah, we're not
Kudos to Kelso athlete there for just giving it all she had on the last 70 meters there.
You know, I didn't bring our instant replay machine that we use so much in football.
Right.
And, you know, because we don't have quite the number of people I'd like for that. But
yeah,
that's the first race I've seen in a while where we could have used that instant replay.
That looks good. Good hustle there for Kelso. Looks they got second or third. I guess officially we'll find out here in a minute. This will be the 4A girls 4x200 meter relay. Camas lane 1, Skyview lane 2, Union lane 3, and Battleground lane 4.
All right, Matt Griffin here, back again in the winner's circle with Drayden Stark Schaefer from Heritage High School. The Timberwolves walking away with a district championship in the 3A triple jump. How'd you feel today?
I feel great. I've worked pretty hard this year to go get these PRs. I'm just ready for regionals.
Okay, how'd your mark go today? What was the final mark?
Honestly, those first two jumps, not in finals, I was scratching. I was scared. I'd never done that before, so my coach told me just leave it all out there, and I did that.
So you scratched your first two
I scratched
jumps?
my first two, and then that third one I got 44 feet, and then on that last jump in the finals I got 44 feet again.
Oh, what was it? I mean, you know, your coach gave you the pep talk, but what's it like scratching those first two?
It's a mental battle, but I'm mentally tough enough to know that I'm on to the next one. Each time I scratched that first one, I was on to the other one. Scratch the other one, I was like, last one, I got to leave it out there.
And 44-1, you were just 1 inch shy
Yes,
of
I was shy.
making your PR again.
Yes, sir. I feel like at regionals, though, it's going to come to me. I work too hard to not jump a 45. That's my school record. I'm trying to get it.
Okay, 45 is the school record.
For sure, yes, sir.
Okay, you're a senior. Congratulations on making it all the way to the finish line
Thank
there.
you.
And tell me about your plans for next year.
I plan to attend college and study biology to become a physical therapist. I don't know what school yet. I'm trying to weigh my options. Hopefully I can go to a good school for me.
Okay, well, continue pursuing your dreams and good luck at regionals.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, Drayden Stark Schaefer, 3A triple jump winner.
Yeah, we did.
4A.
4A, yeah.
And just 4 schools in our 4A division now, Battleground, Camas, Skyview, and Union.
Correct.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I keep thinking I left somebody out of the 3A division because it's changed so much the last couple years, and Rodney knows that from being our football announcer. Clean start.
Everything looks pretty even coming around the corner. Battleground out in front here by a little bit. And actually here's where the stagger's made up.
Boy, they're coming into this final stretch kind of even.
It's like Camas out front. They did hit the exchange zone first, which makes sense. Made up the stagger and coming around in first place. So Camas, Union, and it looks like a real clean handoff. Everybody's right there with each other.
They were bobbling a little bit, Camas, but now that she's got the motor on, getting lots of pressure from our runner from Skyview.
And Skyview just moved past Camas.
Boy, it's really going to come down to this.
This last leg here. Clean handoffs. The top out there. Skyview, Camas, Battleground, Union just went past Battleground.
Whoa, here comes the Camas runner. She's going to have to swing out wide.
And this is going to be a tough race. She is moving on her.
Skyview.
This is going to be another finish like the other one, but this is going to be for first. No, it looks like she's going to run out of gas, and it's going to be Skyview and Camas, and she's going to take a tumble there at the end.
What a battle. What a battle.
Union and Battleground rounding up the bottom 2 there.
Okay, so we will have, this will take a minute or two to set, the 3A boys 1600. They haven't gathered out there, so I'm going to step aside for just a second and get ready for another winner's circle interview.
Sounds like
Don't look so scared, Rodney says. This isn't torture. Nobody's died doing this. Matt Griffin here, back in the winner's circle. The girls, 3A girls 4x200 meter relay. You guys came up here quick. You guys were ready to be in the winner's circle. Tell me how the race went.
I personally would say that we went out there seated in first and we had some confidence, but we were still really nervous. Like, we've had our bad days and stuff. But I would say that once we got out there and ran, it was just like every other meet. Like, we were just ready to go, ready to take a title and win. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but that's how it was for me.
And if you're to be believed, I'm not saying I don't believe you, 146.3, how does that stack up against your best? And you girls have been running together all season as this 4x2 relay?
Yes. So that's a 1 second PR for us. Our previous was a 147.3, and that was getting us to that auto qualifying spot for state as long as we kept running it, and it was getting us for that regional spot. But we were hoping for a PR today for sure.
Did you make that PR?
Yeah, we did by 1 second.
Okay, and you headed off to regionals?
We are headed off to regionals. Yes.
How are you feeling coming into regionals?
Good. Yeah, it took a lot of hard work, training, and it feels good that we made it.
So you are graduating. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are your plans for next year?
I'm planning to take a year off, which usually gets the ooh reaction, but I'm hoping to maybe be able to redshirt somewhere eventually and go back to running track. And my goal ultimately is to be a coach to help young girls who are facing disparities in sports and not getting the care for their bodies and for their athletic ability that they deserve. And my goal is to help stop that disparity and stop those challenges for girls particularly.
Awesome. I'm a former cross country and track and field coach. My son is a track and field athlete. My daughter is a track and field athlete who is aware of those disparities in sport. So if you're able to pursue that, congratulations. So let's talk to somebody else.
Yes, let's pass it on.
So senior, she's going to be graduating. What are you going to do to bring somebody else into the squad?
Well, we're probably going to have new athletes for next year for the 4x2, but keep it strong, run fast, and just continue what we started.
Yeah, I mean, with a district title,
Yes.
district title going for you guys, you're going to do just fine next year. All right, congratulations,
Thank you.
Heritage High School 3A 4x200 meter relay champions. I can take this. Okay, I think we've got time to show you the 3A boys 1600 meter lineup. Tavin Timperley, Prairie. Ethan McKell, Prairie. Devin Thomas, Heritage. Jesus Rios from Kelso. Owen Gallagher from Kelso. Micah Hoyt from Prairie. Dargo Hyde from Prairie. Graydon Tanner from Evergreen. Will Cheslock from Kelso. Colton Souter from Prairie. Skylar Hirsch from Shelton. Caleb Hensrud from Shelton. Carter White from Shelton. And Grayson Bartholomew also from Shelton. And back out just in time for the start.
That was perfect, dude.
Thank you, Rodney. I'm going to make you do the next interview. That stresses me out. Just getting there. So unlike in our sprint races where, lanes, 4, 5, 6, say, would be your fastest
Right.
seed times, in this race, the first person I mentioned there, Tevin Timmerly, I think I'm pronouncing that right, will have the fastest seed time. So I'm trying to scroll through my jumble of notes here to get to that. So many notes. You can hear the wind up here at the top of McKenzie Stadium. Really
can.
breezy. Not as breezy down there, but there is a good wind,
It's
wind
whipping
going.
up here around the stadium, in the stands part of it.
So Timperley from Prairie out front with the best seed time by far, a 4:29.2.
Yeah, and he is definitely stretching the pack out there.
And Ethan McKell, his teammate, has the second fastest seed time with 4:41. But we also have Devin Thomas, who is in second place right now, Heritage, with a time of 4:43.41. So right now, in the lead, Temperley from Prairie out front, followed by Devin Thomas from Heritage High School, and then Ethan McKell from Prairie in third. McKell and Thomas switched up from their seed times right now, but we'll see, if we can get one of these guys up into the winner's circle and have them tell us what a factor the wind was.
Yeah. Just wondering. That first 800 came across at 2:15. Well, we don't have the flag on the flagpole today, so it's kind of hard to tell which way the wind is blowing.
Yeah, I mean, you know this from football. It comes every which way.
It
here.
swirls all over the place. Yeah.
And there on the backside of the track, we have Thomas and McKell in a real head-to-head battle, but Temperley out front from Prairie. If he can run similar splits for that second 800, he'd finish in about 4:30, but right near his PR. But like I said, I don't know about the wind.
Yeah, the wind is it's struggling.
The flags on the field are kind of going crazy.
Yeah, they're a little everywhere. It looks like it's blowing across the field, down the field, around the field. Every flag is blowing.
And here comes our bell lap, 3:22 for Temperley. Devin Thomas in 3:28. I believe that's Jesus Rios from Kelso pulling up in fourth, out of camera view, but we'll focus on the lead runner there, Temperley, running a really strong final lap.
Yeah, it sure is.
Okay, he's going to be hard-pressed to run 4:30, but let's see what kind of kick he has. And Devin Thomas from Heritage High School really pouring it on in a strong second place.
Yeah, it looks like he might hold on to second unless this Prairie athlete has a big kick here in the last 100 meters.
Let's see. Oh, he's going to run so close to his PR, if that's a PR. Oh, he just shy of his seat time. Pretty quick run there. 4:35 and change for Devin Thomas. And in third, Ethan McKell, just shy of 4:40-ish. Jesus Rios from Kelso in fourth place. There were the teammates congratulating each other from Prairie High School.
There's a battle, another photo finish there.
All right, so look at my sheet here. My start lists are a little jumbled. So the next event on the track will be the 4A 1,600 meter race. Look at my watch here. That's supposed to kick off at 4:30, so we've got a couple minutes yet. That's the one thing about track meets. They can run late, but they will never run early because we want to make sure everybody can get a proper warm-up, get to the start line on time. But yeah, nobody will ever get shortchanged by saying, we ran the race without you because we just were early.
We started 5 minutes early.
Yeah, just will never happen. And, when I ran track and field, we didn't have automatic timing. It was hand timing.
Right,
So meets could run really late. I'm sure you were used to that too, Rodney.
Mm-hmm. I sure was. I ran on dirt tracks actually a lot.
Yeah, I had a cinder track for the first couple years in high school, and then my college still doesn't have a track. Burns me up to no end. But we ran on a dirt track.
My high school had an all-weather track. We were one of the only high schools that did back in those days. But just about every place else we ran if we were running at other high schools, we ran on dirt.
Yeah, my last year of high school, Cleveland High School in Portland, Oregon, they had, I don't know that you'd call it all weather. I mean, it was those old shredded tire tracks.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we give you our entrance in this, the 4A 1,600 meter run. Cohen Butler from Camas, Bradley Harris from Union, Trey Copper from Battleground, Lord King Nanabadawea from Battleground, Huckleberry Olson from Skyview, Sabin Kotsovos from Union, Peyton Jones from Camas, Soren Matson from Battleground, Nathan Brotherton from Camas, Jackson Fortin from Union, Vance Copper from Battleground, Jaden Jones from Camas, Marco Solari from Union, Brighton Williams from Skyview, Hero Sims from Union, and Alex McKinstry from Camas. I think this is going to be a really good race because Cohen Butler with the best seed time of 4:16, but Harris, Copper, Nanabaduwea from Battleground, and Olson from Skyview, all with times around 4:21, 4:25, 4:28. So I think we're going to have a pretty good race based on seed times here. But if we're going to base it on seed times, look for Cohen Butler there on the inside of the track in lane 1 to run strong. But, you know, anything can happen this late in the year. Injuries.
Yep, it sure can.
Injuries, finals, final papers, getting ready for graduation.
PRs.
Yep.
Somebody could just come out here and have a heck of a day.
Yep. So back to what Rodney and I were saying about the olden days when we ran track, hand timed on dirt and cinder tracks. We now have, you know, automatic timing, which has just really revolutionized the sport. I mean, and that's been going on for years and years now.
Yeah.
But we have the trained folks from USA Track and Field here running our timing.
You know, athletic.net also has a program where they come out and run the time for when I out in Oregon. When I coach out there, that's what they do out there. They're out in Oregon.
Well, and this, you know, if you judge by their tent, this is USA Track and Field based in Oregon who's providing our timing today. I believe their times are going on to athletic.net, but I'll have to check.
Yeah, they should go real time too. At least they do when athletic.net's at the event.
Sure. And so both athletic.net, USA Track and Field, all of our officials have to be certified, go through a training process, and I've really kicked around the idea, and I think I'm going to do it, is go get certified as a USA Track and Field race official.
There you go.
My son's done a little bit of that, you know, in the summer, in addition to his duties for Oregon State University. Okay, this is a really, really fast first lap.
It sure is, right at a minute.
And I don't know that you can keep up that pace.
Yeah.
An athlete in Oregon just ran a sub 4-minute mile, but that doesn't happen very often in high school. And running that first lap in 1 minute is a 4-minute mile pace. And at this level with a seed time of 4:16, it's just really, really hard to keep that up.
Yeah. And he is pushing the pack out there. He's pulling away. Camus runner, like I'll give you the lead if you want it. He just kind of tucked in behind him. So we'll see how long he sits back there. But these two are definitely pulling away from the pack.
And we don't get to see these folks, but for this meet each year. So we hope we're correct in saying that that's Cohen Butler from Camas in the front and Bradley Harris from Union in second. 2:05, so they drop back, 5 seconds?
5 seconds on that, yep. Looks like there's a little battle there for third place between Skyview and Battleground, that looks like.
Yeah, and they're in fourth place, just off screen there, is Lord King Nanabadu Wea from Battleground. He's in fourth, and I believe that's, I think that's a Skyview runner in fourth.
It is. That is Skyview in fourth right there.
If I'm judging by the seed times, that's Olson from Skyview. Still a battle here for first. Cohen Butler and Bradley Harris. So let's see how far they've dropped off. This third lap is going to be 5.
That 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10. That was about a 65-second third lap, so still really fast. If they keep up with this pace, they're going to run right around 4:15, 4:16.
And it does look like they have gotten faster back there on the back stretch. So,
boy, Bradley Harris really taking it to him. There in second.
Yeah, there's the move too.
Yep.
Now he's starting to pull away from him.
Final 400, diving into that last turn. Oh, wow. Look at his. You can see just the turnover.
Yeah.
About 3:57 with 100 meters to go. .413 and change. If that was 4:20 and then 4:21. That was Bradley Harris from Union in second and Lord King Nanubadawea from Battleground in third. Cohen Butler with a seed time of 4:16 and change. If that's a PR for him, I don't know. He just bested that by 3 seconds. We'll see what they have to say.
We can ask him when he comes up to the winner's circle.
Yeah. So I do think we have a couple minutes here before our next event. Let's look at the clock here. Oh yeah, we've got a good 10 minutes before the next race because we got to get all the hurdles out there, and that takes some doing.
Yeah.
So Rodney and I will step aside for a second, and we'll give you sights and sounds of the track meet, and we'll be back in a couple minutes with our next race. All right. Here I have been saying that they won't go early, but it looks like they did according to my schedule. So my apologies to everybody at home. That was the boys 3A 110-meter high hurdles.
It sure was.
So I'm going to have to either go yell at someone or gently admonish them, I should say, for giving me a schedule that's off.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and get that corrected, because here I was saying that they don't go early, and they sure went early by my count. So let's go ahead and look at the lane assignments here, Rodney, for running event number 6. This is the boys 4A 110-meter high hurdles. Chris Wallace from Skyview, Connor Hawkinson from Battleground, Lucas Fosterman in lane 3 Union, Tyson Moyes from Skyview in lane 4, Cody Young from Camas in lane 5, Cody Lee from Camas in lane 6, Miguel Morada Ganciar from Union in lane 7, Jay Patel from Camas in lane 8, and Parker Mathis from Skyview in lane 9. Your fastest seed times will be, it's right, 4.56, right, Rodney?
No, that is correct. Fastest one is going to be Tyson Moyes in lane 4 today with a 15.52.
So in these sprint races, always look based on the seed time in the center of the track for the most likely top finishers. Not always.
Yeah, I mean,
anything can happen.
Especially in hurdles. If you hit one, you know, or go down after you hit one, that can definitely change the whole course of the race here. But based on seed times put in, Tyson should win this race pretty handily. It looks like there might be a battle for second and third.
Tyson Moyes with a time of 15.52. I ask this every year, Rodney. How many steps between hurdles for boys here?
3.
Okay.
Boys and girls. You want to see the girls do the exact same thing.
Okay.
A lot of times in girls, rarely in boys do you see anybody going more than 3. Sometimes in girls you'll see the elite girls, you'll see 3, and then you'll see some going 4 and some going 5.
And are you going over with same lead leg
Same
every
leg,
time?
and that's really and truly high. It's an odd number. So if you hit the same lead leg every time, you're going to go over to the same leg. If you hit three, if they 3-step it,
sure,
they'll go over to the same leg. Now, when we see the girls, if you see them alternating legs, that means they're 4-stepping it.
Okay. Well, I was horrible at math, so, and I probably couldn't jump that high anyway. I ran one steeplechase race in college. Or no, I was training for it, and I nearly killed myself. Colliding with a steeple, and I just said, nope, this is not for me. I'm too short.
Yeah, there's no give when you hit that thing. All right, guns up. Clean start. Tyson Moy does hit the first hurdle first. And just as we thought, a nice pull away.
Tyson Moyes in the lead there. Now, we do have live results, and I'm going to see how quickly we can call those up. I will say that Jude Beck from Kelso was the winner of the 3A 110-meter high hurdles in 16.06. Ryan Simmons Jr. in a time of 17.19. Daniel Alvarez from Heritage third in 17.57. Just hitting refresh here. I don't have the results just yet. Wonders of technology. In those close races in the old days, you know, when everything was hand time, you had to wait a long time sometimes to find out who won. While we're waiting for those results, Rodney, we're setting up for the girls' 3A 100-meter hurdles. So tell me about this, Rodney. It's 10 meters shorter,
Yes.
and then they also bring the hurdles back.
Same amount of hurdles.
Same amount of hurdles, but bring them back and they drop them down, 2 notches on the hurdles?
Yep.
I don't know how tall that makes them. They all seem tall to me. I'm not very tall. We want to say thank you, of course, to all the students and parents and other race officials who are moving the hurdles, dropping them down. This should be race number 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lane assignments if we can, Wade, for this race while they're getting the hurdles set up. Maya Buck from Kelso in lane 1. Lainey McNew from Kelso in lane 2. Alexandra Opry from Heritage in lane 3. Courtney Neal from Evergreen in lane 4. Claire Warnock from Shelton in lane 5. Macy Watkins from Kelso, lane 6. Jasmine Racine from Prairie in lane 7. Jasmine Kwok Sides from Prairie, and Michaela Nestival from Kelso in lane 9. And I think Rodney has our seed time information.
Yes, I do here. Courtney
McNeil.
Courtney Neal is coming in. She's got the fastest with a 15:47. She is the odds-on favorite based on seed time. There shouldn't be anybody close. The next closest time is Warnock from Shelton at a 17:20.
Second call, women's 4A triple jump, 3A triple jump. Sorry. First, second call, women's 3A triple jump, then 4A triple jump, and women's 4A high jump. Third and final call.
And if I remember correctly, this is Courtney Neal. For 2, I think it is. She is a 3-sport athlete.
Basketball, volleyball, maybe?
Yep.
Yep.
And I do believe she's only a freshman.
One thing I didn't notice when we were talking about Tevin Timperley, I think is the name, the young man who won the boys 1,600 meter run. Oh, this is a great feature here. I'm going to tell you a couple things. I'm sorry, that was Cohen Butler from Camas. His winning time was 4:13.08 in the mile, which is smoking fast.
Yep.
And that is now number 12 in the state of Washington.
All right.
And a PR for him. And he is just a junior. So we're going to see more from him next year as well. I'm sorry, it was Tavin Timperley from Prairie. I know he did win. He won the 3A in 4:29.21. And he is only a freshman. So when you're winning your league championship as a freshman, good things ahead if you can stay injury-free the next couple years.
Yeah, to see is how many athletes are underclassmen is a cool thing for Clark County.
I love seeing that.
Yeah. Have some good athletes around here for a while.
We've talked about that, in football, those years when they've got, young, up-and-coming turnaround seasons, and then those other years when they're all stacked with seniors and everybody vanishes, and then they've got to spend a couple years
trying to rebuild. Revamp.
Yeah,
because if you talk about Heritage's, the girls' 4x2 team, they had a freshman and 2 sophomores.
Yeah.
They just have to replace the seniors, so I'm sure they're going to have somebody to step up and with the speed that when I watch them run, with the speed they have on the team, they ought to stay pretty fast for a while.
Well, and you bring somebody into a tight-knit team. If it's been the same 4 girls running all year long, that helps build a team culture.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Here comes the start.
Uh-oh, and a false start there.
False start.
Now, I'm not sure if the first one goes to the field, or did they DQ him?
First one goes to the field.
Okay.
My understanding at our level, but I could be corrected. We could see somebody walk off dejected, but no, it looks like everybody's back there again. Now, if the same runner did it again, then you're done. What does a false start do? I mean, just especially in a hurdle race.
Any false start unnerves you. I mean, it makes people stick in the blocks a little longer. In the hurdles, those first couple of steps out pretty much dictate what the rest of the race is going to look like.
Yeah.
So if you hesitate coming out, it could definitely hurt you. More so, I would think, with the girls than the boys, just because you have to be a pretty good hurdler on the girls' side to really 3-step this.
Yeah.
We're going to see the majority. I would think, guessing, half the field is probably going to 4 to 5-step. Courtney, with her time, I'd be real surprised if she 4-stepped this. I'm sure we're going to see her 3-step this all the way down. But I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. And the gun's off. Here we go. And
yeah, look at
she is 3-stepping it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely dominant race from Courtney Neal.
Yeah. And she did 3-step it all the way down, just as I expected.
All right, so our next event, they'll get the hurdles off the track. Was that? I'm sorry. Women's 4A. One more hurdle race.
One more hurdle race, yep.
Yeah, and it looks like all the times I have here on my schedule are 5 minutes ahead.
Yeah. So they're not waiting.
Yeah, so this next one will go off at 5 o'clock straight up. So yeah, we're off 5 minutes from what I said.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So here are the lane assignments for your 4A girls 100-meter hurdles. Lucy White from Camas in lane 1, Catherine Sittler from Camas in lane 2, Victoria Peretta Galera from Skyview in lane 3, Leilani Mays, who will have your best seed time, from Union in lane 4. Rodney's got that information in a second here. Cameron Watson from Skyview in lane 5. Gabriella Thompson from Camas in lane 6. Julia Stifler from Battleground in lane 7. Naomi Waters from Battleground in lane 8. And Cynthia Burns from Union in lane 9.
All right, and it does look like lane 4. Leilani Mays from Union with a 14:56.
And that's probably
pretty fast.
Half second faster than the winner in the 3A.
Courtney Neal, yeah.
And anything under 15
is going to be
for high school is real fast. Get to my phone here real quick and see if I can tell you.
And that's the race is off here. So right down the middle.
She hit that first hurdle.
And with no surprise, here comes Leilani. Looks real good at it.
Leilani
So
Mays.
Union Skyview win this one. So they follow right along the seed.
We were talking about athletes that are going to shine in the coming years. Leilani Mays, who just won that race, is just a sophomore.
Oh, there you go.
So Rodney and I are going to step away while we get ready to welcome some folks into the winner's circle. We'll be right back. All right, Matt Griffin here, back in the winner's circle. We're going to do two of these, two winner's circles, and then I think Rodney and I are going to have to call this next race, so we'll try and do this quick. Jude Beck, the winner of the 3A 110-meter hurdles. How was the win for you today?
I did pretty good. My challenges were pretty rough. My challenges were pretty rough. I PR'd by 0.3 seconds. It was a great race. Everyone did great.
How was the wind down on the track?
It was pretty rough. There was definitely some side wind pushing us over. There was a lot of people hitting hurdles.
But still a 0.3 second PR. You're just a junior. What are you looking to do next year? Drop it down to where?
I think I'm going to try and drop it down to a low 15, like 15.4, 15.3.
Okay, congratulations. Jude Beck, sophomore from Kelso High School, winner of the 3A 110-meter hurdles. He's just going to step aside, and we're going to welcome in Kyle McCreary. Come on in here, Kyle. Kyle is the winner of the 3A javelin. The part about this that I like the most, tell me about your throw. We'll just have you turn just a little bit so they can see you.
Yeah, it was an 8-foot PR, coming off of a great week last week, throwing way close to my PR last week again. And yeah, just overall happy about that.
172 feet, 3 inches. Was that your final throw?
Yes, that was my final throw to end
And
it
an
out.
8-foot PR.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. You're just a junior. What are you hoping to accomplish next year?
Next year, I'm looking for the school record. It's 197. I'm seeing if I'm going to get up there.
197?
I have a great coach.
Okay. Sky's the limit if you can get an 8-foot PR today.
yeah.
197?
197.
Okay, you can do it. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kyle McCreary, junior from Kelso High School, the winner of the 3A boys javelin. Okay, I think we need to step aside here real quick. Thanks, Kyle. And we got to call this race real quick. Let's see what time it is. Yeah. We probably need to call this race first, Rodney. So, yeah, because I think we're only a minute away. So let's take a look at the lane assignments. Wade here. Yeah. So Dominic Anderson from Camas in lane 1, Ahmad Ames from Skyview in lane 2, Chase Lofton from Union in lane 3, Jack McDonald from Camas in lane 4, Kellen Brown from Union in lane 5, Jaden Miller from Camas in lane 6. Are we calling this? Oh, no, this is 3A. Sorry, Wade. Sorry. Here we go. We were in the wrong race. Let's call them real quick. Everett Steele from Prairie, Jonas Ferguson from Heritage, Malachi Hodges from Evergreen, Dominic McNeil from Evergreen in lane 4, James Bethune from Evergreen in lane 5, Christian Mushaw from Mountain View in lane 6, Ryan Wood from Mountain View in lane 7, Ruvim Pavlenko from Prairie in lane 8, and Zephaniah Rutherford from Kelso in lane 9.
A sub 11, which is every track athlete's dream on the 100 meters,
Yeah.
to get under 11.
Yeah, for those boys.
He is right there.
And if I remember correctly, James won this race last year.
Yeah.
Standout football player.
He is. I do believe he is going to play football and at the next level too. I'm kind of mixed on. I heard where he was going, but I'm mixed, so I don't want to say it out loud in case I'm wrong. But he is going to go to the next level and play. So for a college in the area.
Yeah. He's going somewhere in Oregon, if I recall correctly. And
I think I know what it is. I don't want to say out loud because I might be wrong.
Yeah, because I know he was looking at a couple places.
Yep.
Guns up.
Oh,
false
got
start.
A false start.
And that was
is Bethune.
James
who false started that. So see if that'll make a difference on how fast he gets out of the blocks here coming up.
Little nerves.
Well, we also, I stand to be corrected because McNeil actually from Mountain View in lane 4 has run a sub 11. His C time is just under it. So, and they're right beside each other, which might be the reason why Bethune was a little jumpy about trying to get out, because that's going to be the guy he's going to have to beat. I mean, he ran a 10.97, so you got a 10.97 and an 11.06. Those guys are neck and neck down the track. And they've probably battled all season long.
And it does look like they'd have the wind coming from the side.
Yeah, it's blowing across the track. It was, if they had got that first race off, it wasn't that much wind. Looks like the wind may have kicked up just a little bit more here for this second start. It's not blowing in their face, which is good. It will be blowing across the track, so we'll see how that's going to affect them.
So, you know, James can't do this again.
No, he cannot. We've got an 11-1 also. I mean, this is going to be a pretty close race. Hodges from Evergreen as well. So 3, 4, and 5. And that's a clean start.
All teammates.
And we'll see if
Bethune out
in
fast.
front. And it looks like Bethune's going to have this race.
He's got it.
And he's got it.
Looked like, was that a Heritage runner in
It did. Heritage
second?
in lane 2 snuck in there.
Jonas Ferguson?
Yeah.
I think that was right. And was that another Evergreen runner in third?
Fourth. Evergreen came in fourth.
Okay.
Hodges came in fourth place on that one. Heritage in lane 2 kind of snuck in there and kind of took it from him.
So I'm going to sit down here and get out of Rodney's way so he can welcome somebody into the winner's circle in just a second here.
All righty here, we're going to congratulate here Luke Melvin, right, for the 3A pole vault here. You're a senior, right?
I am.
So kind of talk to me about, it's windy out here today. First thing I want to ask you is, how did the wind feel when you're out there trying to get the pole vault taken care of?
It wasn't great. A lot of crosswind taking the pole from you as you're running, stuff like that. Wasn't the greatest pole vault day, but still a fun time.
But enough to get the job done today, right?
Yes,
so
correct.
That's the most important thing. Kind of talk to me about how you kind of worked your way through the first 3 jumps out there.
Just kind of trying to calm myself down, make sure to not be nervous and be excited instead, and stay in my head and not overthink it.
Good deal. So you are a senior, correct?
Yep.
And I understand you're going to go off to college somewhere. Can you let everybody know what college you're going to go to?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Western Oregon University, and I'm going to do decathlon there.
And do you also plan on playing a little football? I understand you're a football player. You're just going to do track.
Thinking about football. We'll see where it goes.
Well, good deal.
Might try out. Yep.
All right. Well, we want to congratulate you on the track and field and making it to the next level. Hopefully you'll be able to not deal with the wind and get out there in PR. Yes. And congratulations on college and all the adventures you're going to do next. So thanks a lot.
Yes. Appreciate it.
All righty. We're going to go ahead and take it back, and we'll get ready for the 100-meter for the boys 4A.
Love seeing these guys pursue what's next. And Rodney, I'm going to stop tripping all over everything. Rodney's giving me, well, he's rightly giving me grief for tripping all over myself. All right, we're going to do a special interview in just a couple of moments, but right now let's give you the lane assignments for the 4A boys 100-meter run that I started to read earlier by mistake. Dominic Anderson from Camas in lane 1, Ahmad Ames from Skyview in lane 2, Chase Lofton from Union in lane 3, Jack McDonald from Camas in lane 4. In lane 5, it's Kellen Brown from Union. Jaden Miller from Camas is in lane 6. Broderick Heerline from Battleground in lane 7. Reed Knight from Skyview in lane 8. And Trey, my graphic is blocked a little bit there. I'll get it for you. Trey, is it McGee? One second here. Yes, Trey McGee from Union. There it goes. Thanks, Wade. So here we go. I'll turn this over to Rodney for a second for this race while we get ready for this next interview.
All righty, well, let's see who, as Matt has shared with you guys, it's generally fastest people are right down the middle of the track, 3, 4, and 5. 6 sometimes sneaks in there with a pretty fast individual as well. Alrighty, it looks like coming in with the fastest time here is going to be Camas McDonald with a 10:88, which is a pretty fast time around here. Union, Kellen Brown with an 11:04. We got an 11:24 for Chase Lofton and an 11:27 from Jaden Miller from Camas. So right down the middle of the track is where we're going to see a pretty good race, depending on what the start looks like. We ought to see McDonald start to move right about 50, 60 meters. We should see him start to show the 10:8 speed right about that part of the track. We have one under this one as well, but he's a 10:88, so he's pretty good under.
Yeah.
Race is off.
Clean start.
This time he was late out of the blocks. He's going to have to move late, which he is doing, which is what I kind of figured he was going to do. And he does end up ending that race. He was actually the last person out of the blocks. The one thing about that is when you come out of the blocks last like that and you're a 10:8 type sprinter, he didn't panic, which is the most important thing. He didn't freeze up, realizing you could actually see him running through all phases of his race. He started moving around the 60 or 70 meter mark, generally when elite athletes start moving in this race. So good race for him.
Yeah, and he's got a really tall, upright running style.
He
doesn't lean forward. And, you know, somebody like that, you can tell if they're panicking because they'll
tighten up.
Yep. Well, I'm going to, we'll go, while we get ready for the 3A girls 100 meter run, I'm going to step aside and welcome in a special guest here in the winner's circle. All right, Dr. Christine Maloney, our superintendent, welcome to the winner's circle.
Thank you so much. Love to be here.
You didn't actually win anything today, but you're here to encourage everyone.
Yes, I am so thrilled to be here. What an incredible event that's happening right behind us. I've had the privilege of being down on the field and watching closely some of the races and great student athletes that we have.
So your son is competing for Mountain View, correct?
He is.
And came in second in the 3A pole vault. How did he do?
He did great and did another PR. So
awesome.
I'm very proud of him. Proud mom moment.
Yeah, I just watched my daughter run her last collegiate race, and some of the best moments of my life are cheering on my kids, and so I know how that feels.
Yes, and I hear the start again.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to step aside real quick while we're doing this. Can we go back to the track, Wade? They didn't have that on the schedule. That was one of our unified runners running the 100-meter race. Sorry, we're back. Those races aren't always on the schedule, and they surprise me when they happen. We tried to give some recognition to our unified athletes. This, of course, is an event that's made possible through levy dollars. Our voters who support our athletic programs talk about how important it was for our most recent activities levy to pass.
Oh, absolutely. So important. Sports bring teamwork and provide perseverance and discipline and just incredible friendships that are forged through sports. And students who are involved in sports are proven to do better in academics. And so this is a great event, and without levies, we couldn't make this possible.
So we want to thank the voters in our area for supporting our schools over the years.
Yes, huge thank you.
We talk about finding a community within your school, making schools a community, and so many students, find that through sports, and if not sports, through other clubs, music, arts. It's also important.
Absolutely.
And it's all, and it's all part of our strategic plan to make our schools a more welcoming place, an equitable place for everybody. So I just thank you, voters.
Yes, thank you.
So is your son got another event?
He does not.
He does not. Oh, so you're done.
I'm done.
But you can come out tomorrow, cheer everybody on. We'd love to see you again.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Dr. Chrissy Maloney, Superintendent of Evergreen Public Schools, our permanent superintendent. Welcome
Thank you
aboard.
very much. Thank you. And I'm so proud of all the student athletes out there. They're doing a fabulous job.
Yep. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of our athletes today. And we'll go back to the track where Rodney is about to give lane assignments for the girls 3A 100-meter run.
You too. All right, we'll go ahead for the 3A girls 100 meters. We got Addison Martin from Mountain View. We've got Lucy Cunningham from Heritage. We have Ella Reisner from Kelso. We have Michaela Lawrence from Heritage. We have... Oh, you skipped 5.
Oh, Zamora Frazier from
Zamora
Mountain View.
Frazier from Mountain View.
Saveva Bernasconi from Mountain View in lane 6.
And Brandy
Marshall
from Mountain View, and that is Camilla
Alzadi
from Heritage, and Jasmine Quacksides from Prairie. Hope we pronounced everybody's name right there.
Yeah, that's the other thing I should have done off the top of the show. I have an English lit degree, so I can pronounce a lot.
You made me do this. I was like, what are you doing here?
I can pronounce a lot of these names, but, we want to apologize in advance if we've butchered names. I've had to be corrected by people who've come up into the winner's circle, and I've been pronouncing their name
wrong
the whole time.
All right, so it looks like Heritage, and that is Michaela Lawrence, which is funny because that is my daughter's name, Michaela Lawrence. But that is the sophomore that we had up here in the winner's circle with Heritage for the 4x2. She's actually coming in with the fastest seed time for a 12:52 for Heritage right there in lane 4. Frazier with a 12:69, and Marasconi, actually I do believe that's the exchange student from Mountain View. And she's running a 12:92, and it looks like we have Ella Reisner. So we're gonna have a pretty good race for second and third. Michaela Lawrence should win this race handily.
But this Michaela Lawrence of no relation.
No relation to me. That is correct. My Michaela Lawrence is in college now, so.
Yep, graduated last year, yeah.
Yes, she sure did.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
But I do remember watching this Michaela Lawrence in middle school, she came from, I cannot, now, it's lost me. We'll just talk about the race here. The race is off here. And Michaela right down the middle of the track, and her move starts about halfway. Mountain View right there with her. And no surprise, she's going to take first place on this race.
Michaela Lawrence from Heritage, and that was Zamora Frazier from Mountain View in lane 5 with the second place there.
Covington. I don't know why it just came to me just now. That was the first time I noticed the young lady, and she was leaving people in the 100 and the 200 in middle school. So no surprise up here in high school that she is dominating just as much as she did when she was in middle school.
Well, and there you have three of the 4 girls who were in the 4x2.
Oh, that's true. Nice shot of the Heritage team there.
So we'll bring her up in a couple minutes. She's Michaela Lawrence already got a little practice being in the winner's circle.
Yep, she sure did.
And I think she was the one who said she's a sophomore.
She is a sophomore, correct. Yep.
So we're going to see some more things from her in the next couple of years. So on the track now are the 4A girls 100 meters. Here is your lane assignments. Sini Walker from Battleground in lane 1. Catherine Sittler from Camas in lane 2. Leilani Mays from Union in lane 3. She won, right?
Yeah.
The 100-meter hurdles. Leilani Mays from Union. Paris Ackerman from Skyview in lane 4. Olivia Williams from Skyview in lane 5. D. Covarrubias from Skyview in lane 6. Ria Banerjee from Union in lane 7. Kennedy Bibbins from Union in lane 8. And Ka'ohulani Miles from Union in lane 9. Hoping I got that name somewhere in the ballpark.
All right, so it looks like fastest time on the track right now is Ackerman, lane 4 with an 11:85. Lanes 5 and 3 within striking distance with 12:13 and a 12:15, and that is going to be Williams and Mays.
Now, is this, the top boys trying to dip below 11? Is there a time here where the girls are trying to dip below
12?
12?
Yeah. If they get into the 11s, they're doing pretty good. Generally, at the beginning of the season, the girl sprinters that who they were running 12s, high to mid 12s last year. When they come into the season this year, especially if they're like tracksters and they've been doing some U.S. track and field stuff, that they're trying to get under 12. They're trying to break 12. Because if they're serious about track, that's when colleges start raising eyebrows, when they start running times like that. So
lots of changes, in the NCAA about being able to transfer from school to school a little bit more freely, a lot more freely.
Yeah, not a little bit. That's a big business, it sounds like. Now, I don't know. I mean, obviously football and basketball, it's a big deal. I mean, there's thousands of kids who are sitting in the portal. I don't know how much that moves in track. I know it moves so much in basketball and football that it has affected incoming freshmen because, coaches will pull somebody out of the portal, as opposed to, going to get a kid straight out of high school. They got it, they kind of feel like I got somebody who already kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Which, twofold. Some of the smaller division college teams will get now opportunity. I mean, because now these kids will try to come there, And then I can see that the community college is getting a lot more love because now they
Right.
don't lose eligibility going to JUCO. So you almost like redshirt yourself and still get to play, you know, which can make you better.
We'll get this race underway. Call this race, and then I'll give you my commentary about NCAA and track and field.
All right, guns up. Clean start. Right down the middle of the track. That is Ackerman pulling away.
The north parking lot, by the buses. You will be closing
And with no surprise, Ackerman comes in first.
people to walk through to your car at that time.
That was
Again, if you park in the north parking lot,
is that a Camas runner in second, or was that Union?
That was
Union.
That was Union. Yeah, that's
Ackerman, Leilani Mays in second, and Olivia Williams from Skyview in third. Congratulations to those athletes. Okay, so we've got a couple minutes before the start of our next event. What I was saying is just basketball and football have become such big business. It's a little antithetical to what I believe in, but I just know that a lot of non-revenue sports, like cross country, track and field, some others, at least on the Division I level, have been asked to pare down their rosters and reduce the number of scholarships, and a lot more of that money is going to football and basketball, rightly or wrongly. I just think I've got my own love of distance running and track and field, and I wish there was a little more money to go around.
Yeah. Oh, and with both your kids being track athletes, you probably have a better lens on it than most.
Yeah. Well, with my daughter especially, been fortunate enough that there was some, scholarship money there involved. But proud of all these kids and whatever they want to do next.
Yeah.
But, track and field, like Dr. Maloney said, track and field, performing in fine arts, clubs, all that stuff is just going to prepare you for what you want to do next.
Yeah.
Next.
And one thing when you were talking to the superintendent there, and we had the unified track athlete run the 100, I do want to give Skyview High School a whole bunch of credit, mad kudos for their unified program. They are probably in Clark County the most active of all of them, and I'm a little biased. I had a nephew who was part of it for years. He graduated from Skyview 3 years ago now. But I definitely want to recognize the work and the effort that it seems that Skyview High School has always made an effort to make sure that the unified athletes out there in their program are part of something. So that was very cool. There was only the one athlete, but it was the Skyview athlete.
Now, there is another I think I have two more unified events on my schedule. We're going to have to see if those happen, because that first one that we had on our program didn't happen, a co-ed medley relay earlier in the day. But that 100-meter unified runner came as a little bit of a surprise, but there's supposed to be, or there is at least on my schedule, a co-ed unified 4x100-meter relay. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. So we'll be sure to keep an eye on that before we step away next time.
Yeah, so and today would be the only opportunity because it looks like when I look at tomorrow's schedule, there are no unified.
Yet on my start list, I did see one other race. So,
okay, good.
So that
good.
might pop up here a little bit later. Yeah, they may run one tomorrow. I see a race with 3 athletes mentioned, so it may happen tomorrow. So we'll wait and see. We'll keep an eye out. Again, I'm Matt Griffin alongside Rodney Lawrence. Day 1 of our Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championship coverage.
Windy day out here. A little cooler than we'd like for a track meet.
Wade might have to chime in. Is this year 5 or year 6 we've done this, Wade? I don't remember, but we've been doing this for a number of years. First year we did it in partnership with Vancouver Public Schools. But now only one Vancouver Public School is in the 3A, 4A Greater St. Helens League, that being Skyview.
Yeah.
So they're, off doing their stuff in 2A, I believe.
Yep.
So.
That's right. I didn't even think about that until you just said that out loud.
Yeah.
That Skyview is the only.
Yeah.
Everybody else is in the lower divisions now.
So once those other Vancouver schools went on to different divisions, we took it over ourselves and have been doing it for a number of years. Walking out onto the track now are the entrants in the girls' 1,600-meter run, and there are a lot of them. Maya Buck from Kelso, Lainey McNew. One second. I'm sorry. Yeah, I started reading the wrong graphic. There, Wade's got the graphic up. Claire Rogge from Evergreen with the fastest time. Destiny Sconyers from Evergreen. Chloe Copes from Prairie. Madison Lohmeyer from Shelton. Aaliyah Wilson from Mountain View in, I say lane 5. There are no lanes. Jaden Kahn from Prairie. Haley Nadeau from Shelton. Aurora Hebert from Kelso. Maya Briggs from Prairie. Elizabeth Avdeyeva from Evergreen. Delia Austin from Prairie. Addison Junk from Prairie. Daniela Carrillo from Evergreen. Aspen Hasselblad from Prairie. And Claire Cheslock from Kelso. So not really lane assignments, but they will line up in order. Claire Rogge, who's had an outstanding career with the fastest seed time. With a time of 5:47 and change, but Sconyers and Chloe Copes from Prairie, both with times of 5:51. Lohmeyer from Shelton with a time of 5:58. So this is going to be a close race. Claire Rogge and Destiny Sconyers, both from Evergreen High School. Claire is a senior. Destiny is a freshman. Times really close together, but Claire has won this event in the past. This is her senior year. Her season best is 5:47, but she has run much faster than that with a time, personal best of 5:34.97. And her teammate, Destiny, her season best is also her PR, 5:51. But that's Claire right there out to the front. And I believe that's Destiny in third right now.
Hey, it's okay.
Claire Rogge and Destiny Sconyers right up front. Trying to see who that is.
Yeah, first call, women's 4A, 1600 meters. First
Running
call,
with Destiny.
4A, 1600.
Claire Rogge out front on the back stretch. Destiny Sconyers, her freshman teammate, in second. Got a four-person lead pack there with about 10, 15 meters on the fourth place runner. Coming into the home stretch on our second lap. And that's Leah Wilson from Mountain View up there with that lead pack as well. And I believe that's Chloe Copes from Prairie also in that lead pack. Yes. So still bunched up with 2 laps remaining. When we wrap up with this race, Rodney's going to welcome Michaela Lawrence into the winner's circle, the winner of our 3A 100-meter run. Lap and a half remaining, and we still have a really tight lead pack. Chloe Copes, Destiny Sconyers, Aaliyah Wilson, okay, so this is all going to come down to the final lap. And they are all bunched up here. So here we go. Somebody needs to make a move here soon. Claire Rogge, Destiny Sconyers, Chloe Copes, and and Aaliyah Wilson from Mountain View. And that's Chloe Copes from Prairie kicking it into high gear. Destiny Sconyers going after her. Claire Rogge with the fastest seed time. Let's see what kind of kick she has. Chloe Copes from Prairie pouring it on in this last 200 meters. Destiny Sconyers not out of the question, but Chloe Copes from Prairie pouring it on into the home stretch. Destiny Sconyers within striking distance, and it's going to come down to the final 30 meters. And there it is, Destiny Sconyers from Evergreen, Chloe Copes from Prairie in third, Claire Rogge from Evergreen in third, and Destiny Sconyers from, that was Aaliyah Wilson in fourth from Mountain View. A district title for the freshman from Evergreen High School. Congratulations to Destiny Sconyers. So I'm going to step aside real quick, and Rodney is going to get ready to welcome our 3A girls 100-meter dash winner into the winner circle.
All righty, we want to welcome Michaela Lawrence into the Circle of Champions here for winning the 3A 100-meter dash for the girls with a time of 12.02, which is a PR you told me earlier, so congratulations. And so just kind of talk to me about how the race felt. How, as you came down the track, what was on your mind? How did that work out for you?
It felt good. I was just a little nervous, and yeah, I was just nervous the whole time, like getting in my blocks. But then when I got out, and once I can feel that I had the lead, then I felt comfortable, and I just kept that and finished it through the finish line.
Good deal. Well, the race looked real good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I watched you kind of move down the track. It looked like you hit all your phases, so everything looked real good. So congratulations on just a real good race. Now, we did talk a little bit about this being your PR, but your goals. You said you had a goal that you wanted to reach, and kind of talk to the people about the goal.
Yeah, my goal is to reach under 12 and to run 11s, and that's my goals.
Good. So this summer, do you have any plans on, are you a track person? You going to run some club track?
Yeah, I usually do club, and I'm sure I'm going to stick to it this year. So I can probably be running 11s in the summer and just trying to keep on going what I started.
All right. So what else are you going to be doing for the rest of the meet? Are you done for the day and then something tomorrow? You got some more to do?
I also got 4x1, so hopefully we get first place in that.
Good. We'd love to get you back up into the circle again.
Yeah.
So congratulations on making it to regionals, and good luck in all the way making it to state. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, so congratulations to Michaela Lawrence, no relation to Rodney's Michaela Lawrence, who is off to college. But Michaela, just a sophomore, right?
She's just a sophomore, yeah.
Okay, we're going to hear some more about her.
She is going to. We're definitely going to hear a lot more from her.
And the rest of those three girls remaining in that 4x2 squad.
Yep.
I'm about to that point where I need to change out of these shorts. It was hot earlier.
You told me to dress warm, so I was like, what are you doing in shorts?
I'm not taking my own advice. Well, I was getting all warm running around making graphics.
Oh, okay.
So
you were deceived.
Cables, yeah. So they are walking onto the track. These are your entrants in the 4A girls 1,600-meter run. Daphne Evenson from Skyview, who is now a senior, who's had an absolutely stellar distance career. Sarah Thompson from Union, Kate Westfall from Camas, Sophia Rogers from Battleground, Elizabeth Nava from Camas, Kayla Gorshals from Union, Eva McGeechee from Camas, Sierra Klein from Battleground, Olivia Jones from Camas, Natalia Estrada from Camas, Brooke Stewart from Battleground, and Addie Gomez from Union. So after this race, I'm going to go get warm.
There you go.
Not taking my own advice. But that's just the weather here.
Yeah, that is correct. That is definitely 100% true.
Yeah, you don't know what the weather's going to do these days.
So we will, coming up after this, looks like we have the 4x1 relays. Always an exciting race.
And that'll take some time to set up.
Yeah,
so
being a coach of that
aside.
race or of athletes, the nerve-wracking thing is just to make sure they get that baton around the track.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't drop it.
I've coached some years where we have dropped it in big meets. I know my son's freshman year at Evergreen, when I was coaching there then, they dropped the baton in districts. And they weren't allowed to, and they would have, that year they would have actually made it to state, and they dropped the baton in districts. And
here's a question for you that I don't know the answer to. If you drop the baton, can you step out of your lane assignment to grab it?
No.
No. That's a DQ. If you drop it and it's still in your lane,
you can pick it up
you
and
can
run.
pick it up.
I've never seen anybody win after anything like that.
No,
but,
it's
but
obvious.
if it bounces
obviously
in your
a
lane,
bastard.
yeah, if it bounces in your lane and you know you
Okay.
can get it, you can, yeah.
But chances are it's not bouncing into your lane and you're
Right.
done.
And you're done, yeah.
I'm going to read you the times here for our 3A 1,600 meter run. Claire Rogge, oh no, I'm sorry. This is the 4A. 1 second. I'm supposed to be talking about Daphne Evenson, who is from Skyview, who has had just an absolutely stellar career. I believe she won this race last year. Looking through my jumbled notes here. There it is. Daphne Evenson from Skyview with a seed time that is more than 20 seconds faster than her closest second place. And that's her just jumping out to a quick start.
Yeah, she's not going to mess around.
No. The battle here is going to be for second and third place. I mean, she's already got 10 meters on the second place runner at this point. The wind seems to die down just for a second. Doesn't often stay that way. I'm going to go here to my athletic.net results here, where I can take a look at so Daphne's 4:52.12 is her season best and her PR. She is a senior.
Did she win this last year too?
Yes.
I thought the name sounded familiar.
Yes. Yeah, she's been a stellar runner. Kind of throws me off sometimes when they have these the black uniforms that are hard to read.
Uh-huh.
So I want to hold off a second before I claim to know who is in second place here. And running this fast by yourself can be really hard.
Mm-hmm. But you distance runners seem to have that internal clock. And you kind of know what your pace is, where you need to be, what it feels like, and
that is Sarah Thompson from Union in second, and Kate Westfall from Camas in third, and Sophia Rogers from Battleground in fourth, as did their seat time. Yeah, especially if you're running by yourself, having a good internal clock is so important. I mean, when I was in college, I could run 20 400-meter repeats all in 70 seconds.
Oh. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
It was just what do they say? There was a distance running shirt that I like is your punishment is my fun.
Yeah.
Or something like that, distance running. So there's the bell lap. Daphne Evenson way out front. She's got almost a full 100 meters on Sarah Thompson from Union, followed by Kate Westfall from Camas and Sophia Rogers from Battleground in fourth. The wind died down for just a second, but it's picking up again. I'll have to see what the clock says. 4:52.12 is her best. She might run another PR here. She's absolutely just flying through this last. Oh, and there, what we'll do is we'll watch the finish, but there is a real battle going on for second place. And Westfall from Camas just passed Sarah Thompson. Daphne Evenson trying to break 4:52. It's going to be close. We're at 4:47, 48, 49, 50, 51. That's a new PR for her.
All right, good job.
And an absolutely smoking final 200 by Kate Westfall from Camas, who's going to place second, and followed by Sarah Thompson, a junior from Union. And leaving it all out on the track there, Daphne Evenson, the district champion in the girls 4A 1,600-meter run. In fourth place was Sophia Rogers from Battleground. Hope we can get Daphne Evenson up here into the winner's circle and find out what she wants to do next year.
Yeah.
Some congratulations there. The distance runners especially, compete against each other, year round, cross country
exactly.
and in track. So you get to have those friendly competitive rivalries a little bit more than you do in the sprints. Not that it doesn't happen, but, they're running cross country and track and
so they get to see each other pretty much all year.
Yeah.
Because distance runners just never stop running. I mean, there's not really a time when they're not running.
I would take one day off a week when I was in high school and college. I found it necessary, but if you tell my kids to take a day off, they look at me like I'm crazy.
No, Dad, we're not.
So it's going to take a couple minutes here to get set up for these today is the 4x1?
Yeah, 4x1.
So it'll take a couple minutes to get set up for that. They're still over there at the clerk. So I'm going to step aside for just a minute and go put some warmer clothes.
Put some clothes on.
relay out on the track. Leaf through some of my notes here. So this is a big field for this. Let's take a look at our lane assignments. In lane 2 is Kelso. In lane 3, Prairie. In lane 4, Evergreen. In lane 5, Mountain View. In lane 6, Heritage. In lane 7, Shelton. Yeah, earlier in the meet, I could only remember.
Did you leave somebody out?
I could only remember. I think I could only remember 5 of the 6 schools in our 3A division. And a reminder that new this year is Shelton, from up there, kind of northwest of Olympia. So long drive for those coaches and athletes and parents, supporters. So thanks to them for what's going to be a long day, long couple of days. So is that, do we have Evergreen there with our fastest seed time? Or is it going to be in lane 5? Trying to find.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong thing here.
Okay, so we have white flags at all the exchange zones, so that means they're all ready. This is yeah, can you tell I had to go through a lot of paper to
Yeah, you did.
get this? These are just all so jumbled. Okay, here it is. It's on page 7, Rodney.
Okay, I'll catch up.
The number's up there. So our fastest seed time is Evergreen in lane 4, a time of 43:14. Mountain View in lane 5, 43.28, and Prairie 43.81. So if we're going on seed time alone, look at lanes 3, 4, and 5.
Pretty clean race. No staggers really made up. We'll see what the backstretch looks like. Evergreen in first place, and the baton got handed off. There they are making the stagger up.
That was James Bethune, the winner of the 100, on the second leg.
Oh,
and it is
Evergreen
over.
missed the exchange zone.
So it's going to be Prairie, Mountain View, Heritage.
And that's the one thing you always have to worry about, too. And it looked like the final leg took off a little too early. I think he just kind of panicked a little bit and took out a little bit too soon, and he couldn't catch him. And he got outside of that exchange zone, and then once you do that, it's over. And that's always your biggest nightmare, especially you come in supposing to, you're supposed to win this race.
Yep.
And, and now you're done. You don't get an opportunity to go to regionals. And with that time, 43.14, that's a decent time. Now, I mean, 42s is what you definitely are probably going to have to be to compete in state, but they definitely would have made it out to regionals and had an opportunity.
If I recall, last year Evergreen won the 4x1. Don't quote me on that. And I don't know if in my athletic.net app, if it shows me who is running each leg, but I know, James Bethune is a senior, so that's, definitely disappointment for him, because I believe that'll be his last event.
I don't believe
today.
He's set up for the 100, or for the 200, which is tomorrow. I don't know if he's set to run that.
he is not on the entry list there for that.
So yeah, it looks like he'll move on in just the 100, because he did win that race.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't say the years for the entrance. That was Kepler, Bethune, Alanis, and Hodges, the athletes there for Evergreen. But congratulations to Prairie, who had the third fastest seed time going in, but they ended up taking first.
Yeah. Mountain View came in second.
First call, women 4A, 4x100-meter relay.
That was one thing I never had to worry about, being a distance runner.
Yeah, getting that baton around is a thing. It's nerve-wracking. It's more nerve-wracking as a coach than I think it is as an athlete.
So it's going to take a while for these folks to check in and then get sent to their exchange zones. But let's go ahead and tell you who is in what lane for the 4A boys 4x100-meter relay. Battleground in lane 3, Camas in lane 4, Union in lane 5, Skyview in lane 6. That's all 4 of our teams in the 4A division.
Cam is coming in with the fastest seed time with a 43.42 right now. Union's right there with him with a 43.63. Then comes, it looks like, Battleground with a 45.35, and Skyview with a 46.09.
How long is the exchange zone? Is it 20 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters?
15 about, yeah. That sounds about right.
I'm gonna have to check.
It's not long enough.
Yeah,
I guess
not long enough.
At least for Evergreen today, it wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of looking at it over there off the last turn over there, and it's diamond to diamond, and when you're standing there, it looks like, oh, that's plenty. But
yeah,
when you take off, especially if you take off too soon, and it did look like he left early.
And when they're, coming into the home stretch, coming off of that turn, well, at any exchange, they're going fast.
Right.
And, better to leave, if you're going to leave, leaving a little late than
yeah, let them run up on you a little bit.
Because you can still make the exchange. But if you leave early, it's over.
Yeah, it's tough. Because when you're coming in, naturally, you are slowing down as you're coming in. You're just not running as fast as you are when you took off. So if you take off too soon, you can't. You can't find another gear to go get them. The exchange zone, then the exchange zone's too short for that type of thinking. So it's got to be, ideally when they take off a good 3 or 4 strides, then you want the baton in your hand. But I mean, there's all kinds of strategies, and you know, like we said, this is the first time we've watched these guys run. But I know in coaching this race, where people stand in the exchange zones and where coaches will have people actually handing off the baton can be different. I mean, some people put their fastest guy in the third leg. Some people put their slowest guy in the third leg and then give them a shorter place to run, which means they have a longer exchange zone. So, I mean, you can play with this with your athletes, but you got to get the baton around.
Yep.
You know, you can have an ideal strategy on, you know, who actually runs the longest part of the race. You know, ideally, the backstretch generally runs the longest, especially if you're going to give the third leg a short one. But no matter what kind of plan a coach puts in, if you don't get the baton around, it doesn't make any difference.
You know, we didn't get to play with that as much. You know, the one relays the distance runners get to do is the 4x800, which is not a very common race, or the distance medley relay.
Or the sprint medleys and stuff like that. You know, the distance medleys, the sprint. I mean, in the sprint medley, you generally get a 400 guy, maybe an 800. But those are always fun races when you get invited to relay events. Those, you know, the medley runs.
I loved running the distance medley relay. You know, I remember running a race. It was the Willamette relays at Willamette University, and my team came in there unknown, and nobody knew who we were.
That's always fun.
And we beat the team that was supposed to win it by a lot.
Yeah, good deal.
That was fun. That was fun. You always love hearing, who are those guys?
Right. Where'd they come from?
White flag in zone 1, white flag in 3.
Not quite out there on the far side.
I think it was up earlier, but I do see the gun up.
Okay.
If it's this windy tomorrow, I'm going to do a lot more complaining about the Cole Rodney now that I've put on big boy clothes.
Right.
Not listening to my own advice about. I did text all the crew to stay warm.
Clean start. All the way around.
Good handoffs.
First place. Nice
look at
movement down
Camus
the
go.
back of the track. Yeah, Camus rolling here.
You know what?
Oh, he lost some ground. He was trying to move the baton.
I think he had something going on. He kind of looked like he was limping a little.
All right, this looks like this is going to be a race to the finish here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to move. Camus is just pulling away from him. Oh, he pulled up, eased up here. Took the second place. Battleground comes in third.
Well, and that was our 4A winner, right?
Yep.
In the 100. Running the anchor leg there for Camus, so not much you can do about that.
No,
He's
not
coming
at all.
off a big day. So congratulations to Camus, winners of the 4A boys 4x100 meter run. We have the girls gathering
up
over at the clerk of the course. So we'll step aside just for a minute while those folks get ready. back here in the winner's circle with Cohen Butler from Camas High School, winner of the boys 4A 1600-meter run, 4:13.08, and you told me that was a PR by how much?
About 3 seconds, yeah. It was
About
a great race.
3 seconds. How did you run that that previous PR this season?
Yeah, that was actually against Bradley Harris as well. We ran at our dual meet, Camas and Union. And we kind of did the same thing today as we did then, and it turned out really well both times.
So Rodney and I were talking earlier. The distance runners tend to compete against each other all year long because of cross country and then track. What's it like having Bradley Harris as a competitor year round?
It's amazing. I mean, me and him are good friends outside of this too. So both at our union meet, we kind of decided we were going to trade off laps, and that got me a PR that day, and kind of did a similar thing today, and it worked really well. I got a PR by 3 seconds, and really happy to be back in racing. Yeah.
I've been complaining about the wind, but we're at the top of the stadium. How was the wind down there on the track?
Yeah, I didn't really notice it at the time of our race. It's definitely nice. It was raining yesterday at this time, so it's awesome that it's not terrible weather. But yeah, I didn't notice the wind too much.
Your time is now number 12 in the state of Washington. What are you hoping to do at regionals?
I really want to break 4:10 this season. That's kind of been my goal from the beginning, and I've been focusing a lot more on the 2 mile up to this point, but going into bi-districts and state, there's a bunch of really good competition, so I'm hoping to break that 4:10 barrier.
You're only a junior. What are you hoping for next year? 4:10 this year?
4:10
what about
this
next year?
Well, our school record is 4:06. That was Daniel Mayton. So I would really like to break that. That would be a serious milestone.
Well, I remember being out here a couple years ago when Daniel Mayton was breaking records, and so you are right in there. You've got another year on you, so congratulations. As a former distance runner and coach myself, you've probably heard this already. Put in the miles over the summer, and we'll see you again next year.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Cohen Butler, the winner of the boys 4A 1600-meter run. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go back down to the track and talk about our next race, the girls 3A 4x1. Shelton in lane 2, Prairie in lane 3, Heritage in lane 4, Mountain View in lane 5, Kelso in lane 6. So this is
event number 17.
17 on my personal numbering system. And again, Shelton, welcome to the Greater St. Helens League. Okay.
Okay, that's them down in lane 3. Righty, Heritage, not surprising, is coming in with the fastest time here at 49.78.
I wonder if we're going to see all 4 of those 4x2 runners in there.
Well, that's the freshman who's starting, so
yep.
Looks like one is. I can't see across. And they got Michaela, see, that's their strategy.
Yeah,
they got
Michaela's
Lawrence, she is
anchor leg.
Yep, that is her on the anchor.
Yeah, I think these are the same 4.
I think it is too.
Busy day for for all 4 of those young ladies.
And good job there by the first leg for Heritage.
Yeah, already got the stagger.
Her job is to make up the stagger, and she does a great job doing that. Good handoff. Decent handoff. Ran up on her a little bit.
But still inside. Yep, it's clean.
Mountain View coming up on her. Looks like we're going to get it.
Really good handoffs there.
No red flags.
Oh, this is going to be a race.
Looks like Prairie and Heritage. Both of them get the batons off. And Michaela's going to run past everybody on this one. Nice run for that long range. Mountain View's going to come in and get second place. Great job.
That was a great anchor leg.
The anchor, and that is Sueva, the exchange student at Mountain View. Does a good job on that anchor, on that fourth leg, to come in here and pull out second at the end.
So you must know something I don't. So the anchor leg from Mountain View is an exchange student?
She is, and
That's
I know
awesome.
that because she also played volleyball with
Oh,
my
okay,
daughter
with
on
your
Mountain
daughter,
View.
yeah.
She's from Italy. So this is her senior year. She played, she did volleyball, she played basketball. Basketball is her sport, right? From what I'm told, she is, I saw her play basketball here, and she is a very, very good basketball player, but she's also a very, very good basketball player back home.
Yeah, yeah. What a day for Michaela Lawrence from Heritage.
Yeah. It's surprising that she told me she wasn't running the 200 because I thought that would be one of her races too, but she said she's not going to run it this year.
Okay. Well, that's 3 district titles in one day.
Yeah.
That's good day's work.
Yeah, it's a busy day. It's a busy day. 2 team events and 1 individual. You got to be excited about that, right?
Yep. Bringing home the hardware for Heritage T-Wolves. Let's take a look at our lane assignments for this race. Battleground, Skyview, Union, and Camas. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, what page is event 18 on?
Page 1.
Oh, there you go.
Upper right.
I was trying to be funny. I should have just looked. Right?
It's all over the place. I've done my share of griping about this, but I'll be gentle about it.
Okay, good
because
deal.
We appreciate all of our
the effort
track
that was put
officials.
forth,
Yes.
Right? There you go. It's the effort that counts. All right, Skyview, lane 4 with a 49.42. Union, 49.45. Battleground, 42.90.
52.90.
I'm sorry, 52.90. 42, that would have been something special, wouldn't it? And Camas with a 53.70. So the race is definitely in the middle of the track between Skyview and Union.
And they are right in there together. If we're going by what I have here on my paper, and it can always change up, but I'm going to look down there, and that does look like Leilani Mays from Union down there. It looks like Leilani Mays from Union is going to run the anchor leg, and she's got some wheels.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them to plant some more trees to block the wind.
We had a nice tree set over there before they built those apartments.
Yeah.
Clean start.
Union out fast.
Yeah, Union making up the stagger on Camas pretty quick. Times get handed off about the same. Good exchange.
White flag there on the first exchange, clean exchange. Ooh, great exchange there from Union.
Struggle there for Skyview.
Ooh, look at that third leg from
Stagger.
Skyview, though.
Great makeup on the stagger. Here we go.
She might have gone too early.
Ooh, got it right in time. Got it right in time. Union trying to come back on her. She might run out of real estate. Here we go. Oh, looks like Skyview got her on the dip. Good race.
That
White flags all the way around. Clean race.
yeah, that last baton handoff from Skyview was just masterful.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it just at the last second.
Generally, it's not ideal to get it that late in
No,
the exchange
no.
zone, but they were fast enough to overcome it.
Okay, we have just 4 more events left today in day 1 of our Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships. This is our 400 meters. I remember last year we ran a little bit late because they had some trouble down at the timing tent.
Yeah.
But boy, they are running this meet just like clockwork this year.
Last year the weather was better too. Remember that one year it rained the whole time?
Yeah.
But I thought last year we had a decent weather.
It was a little bit warmer. Yeah, for sure. Because I was asking, last year I was asking the distance runners in particular what the heat was doing.
Oh, that's true. That is correct. I remember you asking those questions.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our lane assignments here as these gentlemen grab their blocks for the 3A boys 400. We've got Michael McCoy from Prairie, Arias Cisneros from Kelso in lane 2, Noah Ferris from Heritage in lane 3, Dominic McNeil, very fast runner from Mountain View in lane 4, Tommy Vick from Prairie in lane 5, Ramon Garrison from Heritage in lane 6, Zephaniah Rutherford from Kelso in lane 7, Jackson Paris from Prairie in lane 8, and Timothy Guertin from Mountain View in lane 9. An absolutely stacked field, all 9 lanes taken up. Event 19.
Alrighty.
You found that one?
Yep. On page 6.
And I believe that's going to be Dominic McNeil.
Yeah. With the fastest seat time right at 51:59. Full second faster than lanes 3 and 5. And everybody else seems to be 54s and 55s. So it'll be right there in the middle of the track. It'll be where the race is going to be.
One lap around the track, stay in your lane the entire distance, staggered so that everybody's running in the same distance. I see only one runner in lane 1, not using blocks.
You know, the strategy in this race is always pretty interesting. I hear several different ways it's been coached on how to train somebody to run this race. It is, I mean, it's got to be a race you got to love. The times I had to run it, I was not having a good time.
Clean start.
Looks like right there in the middle of the track. Seems to be running it the way it's supposed to be run.
Dominic McNeil.
See if McNeil comes through here, and yep, he does, and he is picking it up in the curve.
First to hit the home stretch, McNeil. Prairie coming up. It's a race for second.
And that looked like a 51 and change unofficially.
Dominic McNeil, Tommy Vick in second, and Noah Ferris from Heritage in third.
That is the same Heritage is up here for the Circle of Champions interview. We'll get to them here in a bit.
So I think what we'll do is we'll do this race and then try and go to the winner's circle one more time.
Yeah.
So I think we've got at least one more winner's circle participants before we call it a day, maybe one more after. But let's show you the lane assignments for this. This is the boys 4A 400-meter run. Zachary Zamora from Battleground in lane 1, Henry Ryder from Union in lane 2, Elijah Brooks from Union in lane 3, Chase Lofton from Union in lane 4, Kellen Brown from Union in lane 5, Trent Richardson from Battleground in lane 6. In lane 7 is Fletcher Campbell from Camas. In lane 8 is Avilash Chowdhury from Union and Hayden Louis from Skyview in lane 9.
All right, it looks like right in the middle of the track, lane 4, Chase Lofton. The one sub 50 athlete on the field on the track right now. We've got Kellen Brown with a 50.49 and Elijah Brooks with a 50.55. So we got 4 athletes right there in 50 mids, and then we have the one who is a sub 50. So just about anything can happen. Those guys are pretty close to each other.
Yeah, this is one, as I was making our graphics, that I knew was going to be a really tight race.
Guns up.
Clean start. Boy, everybody's just really bunched up
Right
there.
in the pack, yeah.
That could be anybody's race.
See what happens here on this last curve when the stagger's made up.
Looks like Battleground and Union going to come into the home stretch first. And is that Kellen Brown?
It's Chase Lofton, and that's Richardson, number lane 6 from Battleground. He's going to get overtaken by Union. And he'll come in third. So it looks like that was Elijah Brooks who came in, pulled out second place at the last minute there. So Union first and second, Battleground with the third spot.
So I'm going to step aside for a second, and Rodney's going to jump up here real quick and welcome some familiar faces back to the winner's circle in just a second here.
All right, we want to welcome, well, familiar faces back here to the Ring of Champions here. This is the Heritage 3A 4x100 meter girls championship team here. And congratulations once again. You guys are just having a great day today, aren't you? So talk to me about, we noticed it with the boys in the on the boys 3A, we had a baton exchange malfunction that happened out there unfortunately for Evergreen. So you guys talk to me about how important it is at getting that baton around the track.
I mean, it's very important because for like a 4x1, you can't like make it up, instead like a 4x4, 4x2, hopefully. But yeah, in the 4x1, it's like a one chance and done. So just work on the handoffs basically.
Yeah, that's a lot of hard work. Now, tell me this, is the way you guys are set up, because it looks like when you guys ran the 4x2, you didn't run anchor.
No.
But you ran the anchor in the 4x1, so is that something that is, done purposefully? Is that the way the coach has you guys set up? So talk about how they have you guys. I noticed you were first, second, third, and then fourth in this race.
Yeah.
So talk to me about why that setup was set up the way it was.
Okay.
You passed the
I would say like most of our setup is just Aubrey here has an amazing start. She gets out fast and hard, and Camila and Michaela both, they can run a straight like crazy, whereas like me and Aubrey, we're a little better on the curve. That's where we excel. So that's why we set it up the way we do, is so that we can just get everyone in the positions they excel in, which is a really big and important part of the 4x1, is having your coach listen to you and see you as an athlete and pay attention to where you're really going to do well.
Yeah, well said. I mean, when I ran, I was the first leg, so I understand that, and my whole job was to make up a stagger, right? And you did do that, so congratulations on that. So once again, we want to congratulate the Heritage Girls 3A 4x100 team. Congratulations, girls, and welcome, and congratulations to the next level, all right? Thank you.
In today for Heritage. Good to see. Good to see. And especially for our senior there, what a way to go out. A couple district titles.
Yep. Is this the 4x1?
You want to do the
All righty, we want to welcome the Camas boys 4A. That is for the 4x100 relay. These are the champions right here, and we also have a double. We'll talk about that in a little bit because we also have the 100 winner here. But first, talk to me about this race and how it felt out there. First of all, what was your time?
We ran 43 flat.
43 flat. That is a PR?
Yes, sir.
But not the record, I understand, correct?
Not yet.
But you guys will get there. Okay, I like that attitude. So kind of talk to me about, and I spoke to the Heritage girls about this, the importance of getting that baton around the track.
Right. Well, at practice, we really emphasize handoffs and getting the baton around the track, kind of like you said. We've put in a lot of work, getting the timing right, getting steps right, and honestly, this team chemistry is nothing like I've ever had before.
Good deal, good deal. Another question I want to ask you is, was there strategy, I should say, in where you guys were put? I saw you were anchor, obviously, that made a whole lot of sense, right. But first, second, and third, is that something that the coach really talks about?
Coach kind of gave us the option to kind of put us wherever we wanted. We put Cody here at the third leg because he's a great 300 hurdler, so he knows how to run that curve better than anybody else. Jaden here, he's a jumper, explosive, like crazy. And then Dom, he recently broke the freshman record last year at 11 flat, so he's moving, and we like him on the backstretch.
Well, there you go. Well, I tell you what, congratulations on the win today. Congratulations to the Camas boys 4x100 relay, and good luck out there in regionals. We'll come back and talk to you a little bit later about the 100 yourself, but congratulations, and you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Got me, Wade? Check 1, 2. Okay. Sorry, a little mic problem there. Didn't have enough time to give you all the entrance, but let's go back out to the track. We're, of course, going to take a look at it's 1 second here. This is the 3A girls. Take a look at Zamora Frazier from Mountain View, Carmen Herrera from Heritage, and Abigail Mendoza from Prairie. Coming into the home stretch, it looks like Zamora Frazier out front. But that Prairie runner still has some speed left. Zamora Frazier.
Nice strong run there by Zamora.
With the win, that was Abigail Mendoza from Prairie in second, and Carmen Herrera from Heritage in third. So, okay. Call this next race while I get ready for another winner's circle interview.
Yep. All right, we got the, this is the girls 4A, 400 meters out there on the track. And lane assignments there. We've got Charlotte Clark from Battleground. We've got Brianna Mazzuti, I hope I pronounced that right, of Camas. We've got Evelyn Reed of Skyview. Eliza Marshall from Camas. Layla McCarthy from Camas, Maya Harris from Camas, Kate Westfalt from Camas, Lainey Curry from Skyview, and Kalia Sally from Camas in lane 9. And I hope I pronounced all those names right. If I did not, I am terribly sorry. Matt is the linguist specialist, and he left me out here to do this by myself. I'm going to have to pay him back for that one. Alrighty, so let's see here as we look at the seating numbers here.
So Rodney's leafing through our entry list. I can maybe help you here, Rodney. Trying to find this is our last event of the day, if I'm correct, right?
Yep. You're correct.
So we're looking for a 22 pink. First page.
Where did you know it?
Elisa Marshall from Camas, a 57.99, which is just smoking fast.
Yeah, it sure is.
So you're going to keep all eyes on lane 4, really. And then it's going to be a battle for second. Lila McCarthy.
And Evelyn Reed. It looks like those will be the battles for first, second. For second and third. All right, runners are on their mark, getting into the blocks. All right, clean start. Already movement there in the middle of the track. That is Marshall. Staggers made up on just about everybody but lane 9. Commanding lead there by McCarthy. And that is going to be a 58 and change, unofficially. Not quite hitting her PR, but very close to it.
Camas absolutely dominating in that race.
They sure were.
Yeah.
They sure were.
So that is our last event of the day. Rodney and I are going to wrap up here in a second, but right now we have one last person to welcome into the winner's circle. All right, Matt Griffin here alongside Ella Thompson from Camas High School, who won the shot put and the javelin. I'm going to talk about the javelin first, okay? And I've got my reasons for that. You know why. How did you fare?
Today was a good day. You know, I went out strong, just really calm, but obviously it wasn't like my best, but it was a lot of fun. My teammate PR'd. We just had a good time all together.
So 129 feet even. You said you set the school record earlier this year with a throw of 138. Did it take all 3 throws to get to that 129?
It was my second throw, actually. My first one wasn't my best, and then I was like, just calm down, just right mindset, right place, like time to like pop off kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was just like my mentality going into it.
Did you make a successful third throw?
Yes, it was good. It wasn't like better than 129, but it like kept me in a good place to like good mindset to keep going into finals.
Okay, so now I want to move over to the shot put, and Ella heard me chuckle. You won with a throw of 33 feet 8 inches. This is true that this is the second time you've ever thrown a shot put?
Yeah, it was. I got into it when I kind of had an ankle injury and I was just going to throw for fun at one meet. And I ended up qualifying and I was like, wow, this is really fun. I was like, I wonder how far I can go in this and stuff. And so I've been training and just having a blast doing it.
So this is just your second event. And you're a district champion in the shot put. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What year in school are you, Ella?
I'm a
I didn't
junior.
ask. Okay, so that's the question I always say next. So you're a junior. You coming up on your senior year, you're going to continue to throw the shot?
Yes, definitely. I think it's going to be like a new thing to keep in rotation of all my other events.
Okay, so and because of your ankle injury, you said you weren't able to do the high jump.
Yeah.
You're going to take care of that ankle injury and then do all 3 shot, javelin, and high jump. That's not the most common setup, but you're good at all of them. Are you going to try and do all 3?
For sure, yeah. Obviously, my goal today was to be able to compete, but it just came down to it. And, like, health-wise, I wasn't ready for it yet. But next year, I'm going to come out stronger, train harder, and make my way to state again.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to Ella Thompson of Camas High School, winner of the girls 4A shot put and girls 4A javelin. Congratulations. All right, so we're going to bring Rodney up here. We'll take that. Thanks, Ella. Rodney, you're going to jump up here and we'll say goodbye to the folks. Yeah, we got to work on some cabling issues. Oh, we have another winner here?
The 100.
Oh, yeah. So let's have Rodney do this, and then we'll sign off. So you jump in here.
There we go.
Live TV.
Right. All righty. Well, we're still on camera. Just want to now get the opportunity to congratulate you personally.
Thank you.
On the 100 meters for the 4A 100-meter dash. So kind of talk to me about that race. How did it feel? I mean, obviously, I'm watching you come down the track. I'm seeing all phases of your run. I'm seeing the movement where I generally see elite athletes start moving. First, let's talk about the time. What was your time today?
10:83.
10:83, so
Yes,
a
sir.
sub 11. So congratulations on that.
Thank
Good
you.
job, good job.
Thank you.
So kind of talk to me and walk me through your race.
So really, I mean, beforehand, you talked about phases. My coach had the exact same thought, so he texted me early this morning about 7 a.m. He went through all the phases of this race, like, reaction, don't false start, obviously.
Correct.
Get out and drive, like, hold it, maintain, and then transition into, like, your upright running, and then you're just out there pushing the track away and finish strong. And, yeah, that's kind of my whole race plan, and, yeah.
Good deal. Well, congratulations. You're a senior, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what are your plans for next year?
I'm running track at Portland State.
Oh, congratulations. Already made that commitment and ready to go.
Yeah.
That's cool. My nephew ran there, too, a couple of years
really?
back, so that's going to be cool. He came up from California and ran mid-distance up there, so it's a good school to run some track at. You'll have a good time there. Once again, we want to congratulate him on the 100 4A boys 100. I'm getting your things conjured. The 100-meter championship, and good luck in regionals.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Jump back in here. Congratulations to all of our winners today. A good day of track and field. A little bit windy, a little bit cold, but it wasn't raining, so that's a plus.
Yeah, the rain held out.
And I think we're supposed to have similar weather tomorrow, fingers crossed. But Rodney and I will be back tomorrow.
Matt won't have shorts tomorrow.
Yeah, no. We're going to go on the air on Comcast Channel 328 in Clark County, 345, set the scene, and we will carry you through the final events, the 4x400 meter relay races around 7 o'clock. So we'll see you tomorrow at youtube.com/Evergreen Schools and here in Clark County on Comcast Channel 328 for the EPS Sports team. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Have a good one.